Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tracy's Florida Homestead. Today is November 17th, 2025, and if I look a little frazzled today, it's because I am. I've had 4 of the worst hours this morning that I've had in a long time. But as you can see, I'm in my plants. See my plants? We're doing the plant thing today. But today what I'm going to bring to you is a consumer alert. I don't know what's going on with this company. I have never in my life been so rudely treated. They had no idea what the hell they were doing. But a couple of weeks ago, my car had gotten hit at a McDonald's drive-thru. Some guy didn't stop at the stop sign, and his cow killer just creamed my car. Took a good portion of my driver door and my front quarter panel. So nothing against the young man, not mad at the young man. It was an accident. He got great car insurance, State Farm. State Farm has been perfect. I have not got nothing bad to say about State Farm. They have been awesome. But they booked me a rental car for Enterprise. Okay. Now, I've had this rental car set up for 2 weeks. They had my card number. They knew everything, all the information. All I had to do was come down and sign to pick up the car the day I've dropped off my car to have the front end fixed. Well, today was that day. So I'm at Classic Collision, another great company. They were very great in Ocala West. And they were great. Had me in and out of there in 20 minutes. Well, my ride was late getting off work, which was my son, because we both work at the same place, and I needed to get over to Enterprise. So Enterprise come and got me. Now, when I got to Enterprise, now the young lady who come and got me from Enterprise, she was great. She was a nice young lady, very nice young lady. When I got to Enterprise, the place was full. All right, I understand that. I understand businesses being full, but they were having some serious issues with some of their customers. And I was sitting there waiting, and one gentleman said that he had been waiting over 24 hours for a vehicle. And it was all supposed to have been paid for a month in advance. He was a medical professional, and he was in the area fixing CT scanners. And he was actually a day late now getting to his next job in South Carolina because of Enterprise and their actions. Well, so it comes my turn. We do all the paperwork, everything looks fine, you know. They said everything was fine. I owed them $50, so I finally give them the credit card so they can physically run it. And guess what? They denied my credit card. All right, I said, okay, no problem, run it again, there's no problem. All right, well, it's not that it's coming back the card is no good. It's coming back that they don't support this type of credit card. So they were kind of like accusing me of stealing the credit card, all right? They weren't accusing, they were insinuating. That's the word you want to use. They were insinuating that the credit card was not good. And so, right there in front of them, I call my bank. My bank says, yep, card's good, plenty of money in the bank, no problem, all right? So they hear this. So 2 or 3 minutes later, they run it again. And then they take me outside to sign for the car. He comes back out. It's not a credit card. Dude, I just bought McDonald's on this credit card, so I know it's a credit card. You see the McDonald's in my pocketbook, right? Well, back and forth about me having a bad credit card. And so then I call State Farm and I let them know what's going on. And then as I'm on the phone with State Farm, the manager of the Enterprise over on 60th in Ocala comes out and tells me that he will not be renting me a rental car and that I have to leave the property. And I said, wait a minute here. What am I supposed to do? I'm 35 miles from home. We're in the middle of BFE, right in the middle of the ONF, the Ocala National Forest. How am I supposed to get home? Well, I can take you back down to the collision shop and you can find a way home from there. Now, granted, I'm a 62-year-old woman. Now, I ain't no wuss. You are going to have a fight on your hands if you come and touch me. But I am a 62-year-old woman, okay? And I should not be having to worry about doing this stuff when all he wants to do is just take me off and drop me off somewhere else in the middle of BFE, because where the collision place was a little further out than where the Enterprise was. Well, after a few words, we got into an argument. I call State Farm again, and the State Farm tells them that what their actions was not applicable to State Farm's policy. But she understood that they had the right to refuse service to anybody. So she set me up with Hertz. Hertz is over on Silver Springs Boulevard, which is about 7.5 miles away. So my ride, I finally find somebody to come and pick me up. They had to drive 35 minutes to come and pick me up, just to take me 7 miles to the Hertz. Now I got to give it to Hertz, was great. No problem with my card. They swiped that puppy. It went through. They gave me the paperwork. The young lady, Kim, was great. She was a great person. She was great on the phone before I even got there. She told me she'd have me ready. I was at Hertz 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes at Hertz. And this is the Hertz on Silver Springs Boulevard. I want you to know that was the nicest people. And that's the car they gave me. All right, nice car, rides nice, not my forte, rides a little rough, but hey, it's a very nice car. And I mean, Hertz followed State Farm's rules, and I have that car until the 20th or 21st of December with no cost. The only thing I got to do is put gas in it, okay? Make sure it don't get hit. Enterprise wanted me to return the car every 2 days. And even though I have the Geico insurance that would have covered my rental car if something would have happened, they wanted me to purchase a $25 a day insurance policy. And even though they kept saying, oh, it's optional, but we recommend it, or you may not be covered. Or in other words, are you trying to tell me you're going to run me down and hit the car so I have to pay for it? I don't know. All I know is the experience that I had with the people at the Enterprise on 60th Street in Calla West was the worst experience I've ever had. And I was not the only one. The young man who was the medical assistant, he was really, really upset, but he was just happy that he finally got a car and he could get his ass back to South Carolina. Okay? And so he just, the minute they said, well, we've got a truck, you want a truck? I don't give a shit, just get me home, you know. And the older man that was in front of me, they were giving him an issue, all right? And I don't know if it was because we're older, we were white, or maybe because we actually had credit and didn't need 10 credit cards, because they wanted me to give them another credit card. And I don't have credit cards. I have the credit card on my bank, and that's it. I don't have 5 MasterCards and 3 Visas, and I don't have a bunch of store cards. I don't like bad credit. I don't have that kind of stuff. I don't want to pay them bills. I have 1 debit card and 1 credit card, and they're both on my credit union, not on a bank. Okay, so I don't know what the issue was, but I just want y'all to beware, to make sure you do your research and make sure you get all your notes on these people. I mean, because my very first interaction with a rental car company will be my last, okay? If I ever have to go back and rent another car, I will never do it at Enterprise. I will do it at Hertz. The treatment that we got, not just me, it was the other 2 people I seen right then and right there. I will only testify to what I see, okay? Now, people can talk all their bullshit they want. It might happen, it might have not have. But I'm testifying to what I seen with these 2 things right here, okay? So all I know is do your research. And if you want a good rental car, go to Hertz on Silver Springs Boulevard and talk to Kim, okay? They've got a great selection. They were very nice, very nice, very nice. They inspected the car. You get copies of everything so you know nobody can mess you over. All right? Well, I'm going to go in the house and try to relax a little bit because it's been one hell of a day, and I got to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning. Them packages ain't going to ship themselves, baby. And if y'all want your packages for Christmas, we got to get busy. All right? So I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving in case I don't get to talk to y'all before then. And like I said, choose Hertz. Enterprise is not a good customer-related business. And I just wanted y'all to know that. Do your research, people. Love you. Have a good day. And I said what I said.